Hey, hey, hey. I see a few people joining me. Hi, hi, hi. I'm just inviting some other people. On just a minute. That's a lot of people. Hey, hey. I can't tell who's in here. I can only see that people are watching. So if you want to say hi, I don't even know if you can see me. Hey, hey. How are you, Heidi? Hey, Stephanie. I miss you too. So I'm going to try to invite some more people. So I'll be on in a minute. Hey, hey. Did everybody have a good day? I did. I had a really good day. I usually have good days. I usually have good days anyway. I hope everybody had a good day. Feel free to comment anything you want. Say hi. Tell everybody hey. We'll get to know each other in here. I'm almost finished. I haven't done this in a long time, so it's a little different now than it used to be. It's a little bit different. I don't even know if y'all can see me right now. I can't see you guys, but okay. I think that's so. And if y'all have anybody you want to invite in, that's fine too. Okay. Hey, Dana. I miss you too. Hey, Monica. Hey, Kayla. How are you? Yay. I can see y'all now. I had the little thing that was up and for me to invite people. So I don't know if it, I couldn't tell if y'all could see me. I'm so glad y'all are here. I'm so glad y'all are here. Thank you for joining me. So I don't know if y'all could see the title or not, but it's, I titled it Finding the Precious Gems Within Ourselves or within each of us. And I have my little dog here, so I can't ignore him the whole time because he'll bite me. So sometimes I have to bend over. That's fine. Hey, as long as there's candles, Stephanie, and maybe a little chocolate covered strawberry or something, we're good. All right, so I know a few other people said that they wanted to come on. Let me just see if I invited them real quick. Hang on a sec. I think I did. So anybody who can't, if they're not in when I get ready to get started, then we'll just let people catch it on a replay. And that will be a-okay. Because it is different than it was when I used to do this about, hey, Davlin, how are you? Oh, you got this, girl. Hey, Yoshi. So I used to get on live like probably 2015-ish. I used to do it all the time. And I really enjoyed it. It was really good. And, but, you know, life be lifing. And stuff kind of just gets, stuff just kind of gets put to the side when life be lifing. But God be Godding too, so it's okay. Hi, Amanda. I see you. I miss you, beautiful. So I'm just gonna, if anybody has anything they want to say hi or say how your day was going, did y'all have a good day? Did you have a good Christmas? A good New Year? How's everybody's year going so far? Mine's going good. It's a good time to be alive. Hey, Carol, how are you? I can see people's names. I love it. It's like we're all in this little bitty chat. I just wish I could see all y'all. I can't see any of you. I can't see anybody. I can only see your name for a minute and then it goes away. But I'm so excited that you're here. I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to get started probably in about 2 minutes. But if you want to tell me how your day's going, let's see. We want to hear it. We want to hear how your day's going. I want to hear how your day's going. I hope everybody's having a good day, having a good week. It is Wednesday, so we have 2 more days to the work week. And life be lifing. Oh, we're homesick. You're not here too. We miss you. It's not the same without you. It's really not. You love my hat too. Everybody loves my hat. You got this. I was going to wear one this morning that said perspective, perspective. Because, I mean, I don't know how many people know JT, but if you go to the Life Church, you know who JT is. He's awesome. And he was there on Sunday. And honestly, what even just made me decide to do this again. Oh, you're missing your prayer nights, Heidi. Well, I'm going to be doing this once a week. So I don't know when your prayer nights was, but I'll be doing this once a week. I'm not for sure that it's going to be on Wednesdays. And I have piano on Thursday, every other Thursday. So I got to figure that out. But I will be doing it once a week. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But one of the reasons that I decided to even start doing live again was because I used to do it, like I said, about almost 10 years ago, because it was like 2015, 2016 when I was in Florida. And I really, hi, Emily. Hi, Pancakes. How are you? I see you. So anyway, Sunday, anyway, I got away from doing it because like I moved away from Florida, moved back here. Life happened and I just stopped. And so, yes, it will. Every day is definitely a blessing. And so, sometimes when lifes, it takes a little while to walk through some things, and takes a little while to navigate and heal. And then God kind of lets you know when it's time to get back off the sideline. So he's been kind of nudging me off of the edge a little bit lately, probably for a couple of months, and I have not been comfortable with it. So, but okay, love you. But JT came to Life Church on Sunday, and so he spoke Sunday morning at church, and then he spoke Sunday night to the youth, and I work with the youth. So, and that's always a blessing because I always get just as much out of it as the youth, if not more, maybe. But hi, Ada. So anyway, what JT preached about on Sunday was, what lenses are you looking through about, life? What lenses? So anyway, I was going to wear the hat that says perspective, and it's like a perspective that's the correct way, and then it's a perspective that's upside down. So it's all about perspective. It's either upside down or it's spelled backwards. It's a cool hat though, and I almost wore it today, but it didn't look as cute with my jacket, so I couldn't. So anyway, JT, what he said, with the different, what glasses are you looking through? It just really challenged me. And then Sunday night at youth, he was talking about our purpose, and he used the analogy of a football. He had a football, and he said, now, we know what a football's for. Can I take this football and put it under my head and go to sleep? And, we were like, yeah. And he was like, I can, but it wouldn't be fulfilling its purpose because a pillow is not what a football is made for. So while we can do that, it wouldn't be fulfilling its purpose. So I already was going into it, with the Lord just really, really nudging me closer to the edge to do what I'm doing right now. And I was just like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But JT challenged me, like his message challenged me so much on Sunday. And then on Sunday night, like I couldn't deny it. I was like, okay, Lord, if I don't do something, like I'm getting to a point where I'm in direct disobedience and I don't want to do that. But God's so awesome and he's so graceful because he just allows us, he's a gentleman and he just allows us to have that time. If we need a little extra time or just a little extra nudge, it's okay. So what these are going to be about, probably an array of things, because I have a lot that I could talk about, but I'm just going to lay a foundation for it tonight. So we're going to talk about women. We're going to talk about purity. We're going to talk about how to walk in with a godly character. We're going to talk about who you are when you're at home, who you are in public, where is your integrity. And so some things are going to be like candy and some things are going to be more like a challenge, but it's okay because I'm challenging me too. And there's nothing that I'm not going to get on here and say that I either haven't already walked out or am not currently walking out right now. And so, having said that, I'm going to go ahead. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pray and then I'm going to start. Okay. And if you can't catch it, hopefully you can catch it on a replay. So right now, let's just pray. God, we just thank you. We thank you for today. We thank you for tonight. We thank you for who you are, your presence, your love, and your grace and your peace, and just everything about who you are for us and to us. And we invite you here tonight. God, I just thank you, Lord, that you will say things that you want said. Help me to be an encouragement and help me to bring your word forth, and that everybody that's watching will leave better than they came. And I ask this in Jesus' name. So, okay, so first what I'm going to do this is something that I'm walking out right now. I started walking it out about a year ago. I think when we did our prayer and fasting in June of last year, during that time when I was fasting, the Lord led me to Proverbs 31. And he actually had been leading me to that before that. And I was just like, I already know Proverbs 31. I already know about that woman. I know, what else can I learn about this lady? But but then it, like in my YouTube feed, it just kept coming up. Proverbs 31 woman. So I was like, all right, well, let me listen to this guy. And what he broke it down, it was really good. But anyway, so there's a lot of wonderful things about the Proverbs 31 woman. She's quite the gem. And we would all do well striving to have those qualities. And we're not always going to be perfect. We're not going to hit the mark. No one's going to be perfect in any way until we get to heaven. But I just want to lay the foundation for this tonight. And then, in other weeks, we'll probably go a little bit more into each thing. Maybe, I don't really know, because I might cover it all tonight. Because really, I just kind of want to reintroduce you to her because she's pretty cool. And, I have not attained this woman yet. I strive to attain her qualities and be more like her. But one of the things that I do want to do over these next weeks or however long I do this, I probably won't stop. Also, I have a YouTube channel. I'll put that channel in the comments. And if you want, you can go and follow me there because my videos will be on YouTube also. This, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, we're going to just dive in and read about this lady real quick. And then I've got some things that I want to talk to you about this lady. And I promise you that even if you're thinking right now, I know the Proverbs 31 woman, I've heard it so many times, there's still stuff that you can learn because she's really cool. So I'm going to read this real quick. And I had to kind of tilt my head back because these glasses, like they're whatever. You can see at the bottom, and I don't even know how that works. But anyway, I have to do that. It says, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies? The heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no lack. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and works willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships and brings her food from afar. She rises while it is yet night and gives meat to her household and a portion to her maidens, which we don't have maidens anymore, so we can skip that part. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hand, she plants a vineyard. She girds her loins with strength and strengthens her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good, and her candle does not go out by night. She lays her hands on the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretches out her hand to the poor and reaches forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow. Was any of y'all afraid of snow? I wasn't afraid of the snow. So we got that one, right? We all got at least one. She's not afraid of the snow for her household, for all of her household are clothed with scarlet. That means they are dressed appropriately. She makes herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. That means she pays attention to how she dresses. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord, she will be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. So, a few things I want to point out about this lady that's very cool. And when I'm pointing these things out, I want you to find these things in your own quiet time with the Lord as you look over Proverbs 31, if you feel led to do that. That's what I'm talking about tonight. But ask God to show you those precious gems within you, because if it's here as an example, we're all equipped for it. We're all equipped with it. Okay. So we may lack in some areas. We may do better in other areas. There's a few things I'm going to point out. And what I was going to say a while ago when I lost my train of thought is one of the things that I want to do is really encourage not just women in my generation, but the younger generation, 20-something-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds, to be aware and to understand, to begin to understand their value, who they are as women. Because when we understand who we are, we understand what we have to offer, and we don't settle. So one thing, her price is far above rubies. That's why I called far above rubies. That's why I called this finding. That's why I titled this "Finding the Precious Gems Within Ourselves," because we all have precious gems. Our hearts are full of precious gems. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he will have no lack of gain. I don't have a husband. Maybe one day I'll have a husband. I don't know. That's, I'm okay either way, honestly. I do pretty good on my own, so pretty independent. Doesn't mean that I don't have times where I would like companionship or like to share life with someone or something, but I'm okay by myself too. But if I had a husband, I would want him to know that I'm a safe place. I would want him to know that after he's had a long day at work, I'm a safe place to land with his day. Now, vice versa, right? Because women have tough days too, whether you're working as a stay-at-home mom because that's work, or whether you're working out, and you have a job and you go to work every day. We need a safe place to land too, and they need to be that for us. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about us, okay? We're talking about our responsibilities and our place. So we want to make sure that our husband knows that we are a safe place to land, okay? And she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. I will tell you, the thing that comes to my mind when I read that, and one thing that I've seen, just many times throughout life, I have seen women disrespect their husbands in front of me, which I do not like. I don't like it. It makes me feel awkward. It makes me feel bad for the husband. I just don't think women should do that. I don't like it. I don't think that he should do that either. But like I said, we're not talking about guys. We're talking about us. Okay. So that, and I'm not going to go through every one of these tonight because I really don't have time to do it all tonight because I don't want to keep y'all for too long. I just want to make a few points. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard. So that's talking about she's wise about what she buys. Now, I'm going to be the first to tell you that when Pastor Leo gets up there and talks about spending money can be an addiction, he steps on my toes. I don't like it. I feel like he's calling me out. I get totally offended. No, not really. I don't get offended at all because I know that God's like, girl, you better listen, because I like nice things. I like pretty things. And I sacrificed for a lot of years without. And so now I want. And so now I get. And but it can be too much, So, but it also talks about like investment, right? So where are we going to invest things? We want to make good investments. So this says she considers a field and buys it. So when I think of that, I think of like, you know, if you want to buy property, rental property, or if you want to build a house and sell it, and or a piece of land, like literally a piece of land or whatever. But also, like for me, I consider where I am going to invest my money. So that's, and I don't do it in property, but well, sometimes, but not right now. But that's what I consider, you know. But before I take any of my money and invest it in something, I weigh it out and I look at it. I'm like, okay, what kind of margin is this giving and gain? What, you know, what are people making here? You know, before I start just putting my money anywhere, you know, I study it first, and I watch the market in it, and whatever. And my son actually got me into it. He called me, he was like, you got to invest in this. So anyway, I'm thankful to my son for doing that. But, so, you know, we want to be wise with what we do with our money. It says, let's see. She perceives that her merchandise is good and her candle does not go out at night. I don't know what that means, her candle does not go out at night. I guess like, you know, when you're making the right investments and stuff like that, that, you know, you keep the lights on. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I didn't really study that one, but anyway, I'm looking for the one that says, let's see. She opened her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. So when God was bringing me through this last June, I was, you know, evaluating my life to see where I kind of was in each of these situations, like just allowing the Lord to show me where I needed to work on things, and showing me like, okay, you're okay here. You're pretty good. So we can move on to something else. I love you too, Caitlin. So I was like, you know, when I came to the idleness one, I was like, yeah, I'm not really idle. I don't really, you know, waste my time, or, and I feel like I don't waste my time. Like, not that I won't spend time with people, but I am choosy. I'm very choosy about where I spend my time, because we only have so much. And, I want to spend my time on things that are going to add value to that person's life and add value to my life, because otherwise, what's the point, right? Also, because I see so many people that like go and like have dinner, and then they're like on their phone, like they're not even talking to each other. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to go sit and have lunch with you and you're like on your phone. Nope, not going to do that. I can't do that. Anyway, I was saying, oh, I got that pretty good. You know, I'm like, I don't spend my time idly. I'm a pretty good use of my time. And then, you know what happened? I was in bed that night, and I had my phone in my hand, and I was on Facebook. Boop, boop. And before I knew it, 45 minutes went by. I was like, no way, I've been doing this for 45 minutes. And God was like, that's idle time. So for me, that became idle time. So I did not get on for a while. Like, I really, if I got on, I limited to myself to like a minute. Like, I just, you know, I made a decision that I wasn't going to allow that to take my time. Okay. So social media, or just frivolously. Okay. So a few things. So there's other things about this, but I just want to say, I want you to think about these things. Okay. Number one, how can we allow the example of such an exemplary woman to challenge us to be better? Because this woman's pretty amazing. So what is it when we look at her? Can we look within ourselves and say, how can I be better at this? First of all, what does this part mean? And what does it mean to me? and how can I do this part better? And I can tell you this, with the Lord, there's no condemnation. If he shows you something, then just be like, okay, and work on it. Work on it. It's okay. God knows you're not perfect. It's not a shock. He knows I'm not perfect. He's not shocked. You know, when I'm like, if I'm like, oh my God, I'm sure you're tired of hearing me coming to you with this again because I'm sick of saying it. I'm sick of asking about it, you know. No, he's not. You know what? He's glad that we're there. He's glad that we're asking, and he's glad that we're talking, and he's glad that we're communicating, because that's what he wants. That's what he wants. And then think about what of her qualities you already have. Which ones do you already, you know, do pretty well, and which ones can you work on better? And I saw this the other day. So when I started reading about this, because, you know, like Sunday, I came home from church and I was just like, I was so challenged by what JT said. I came home and I just really spent some time with God because I was so challenged. And I already knew that God had been, you know, really nudging me to get off the sideline again. And I just kept pushing back and pushing back and pushing back. But I came home and I was looking at Proverbs 31, and one of the reasons is because he was talking about, you know, of course, looking out the glasses that, you know, what lenses are you looking through? But also he was talking about Gideon, and Gideon was seeing through grasshopper lenses, right? But God called him a mighty man of valor. And there was a point when JT was preaching, and he wasn't preaching to me, but I was sitting on the front row. But there was a point where he looked right at me and said, "Mighty woman of God." And it was as if it just pierced right into my heart. And I knew that it was like the Lord saying, "Mighty woman of God, get off the sideline. Mighty woman of God, I've called you to do something, and I want you to do it because I trust you, and I've put it in you. I've put it within you to do, and I want you to do it. Mighty woman of God." So, and you all are mighty women of God. No matter if you're a new Christian, no matter if you've been walking with the Lord for a long time, no matter if you walked away, God already sees you as a mighty woman of God. He just wants to bring out those qualities within you and to show you who you are, and to show you who you are in him. So I just did a Google on Proverbs 31 woman. That's all I put in Google. And AI brought up, you know, Proverbs 31. And one of the things that it said on here, I'm just going to say the devotion part, because it really kind of bottom lines it for me. It says, she is devoted to God. Her devotion to God is the foundation of all of her virtuous qualities. God is first. God is the ultimate reward. And I put in God is first and God is the ultimate reward. But the AI generator, it brought up the other thing. Her devotion to God is the foundation of all of her virtuous qualities. I can tell you that no matter how good of a person I am, without God, I can't fulfill Proverbs 31, because I'm just not that good. I'm just not that good of a person without God. I need God to see people the way God sees them. Because if I look at situations or people or things the way I do, then I see through what I see, you know. And I don't see what God sees. And God wants us to see what he sees within ourselves, and he wants us to see what he sees within other people. And so God is the foundation of all of those virtuous qualities. He is that for me, and he can be that for you. And not only can he wants to be. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. And I'm going to do this once a week. Every week is not going to be on Proverbs 31 Woman. I will, like I said earlier, I will have videos on my YouTube channel as well. And probably over there, and I may do it on Facebook, I'm not sure, but over there for sure. Maybe on Facebook Lives, there might be times where I'm sure there'll be at a point where I'll share my testimony, but it'll be like at different points at different times. And I welcome people to, come on and share their testimony too. And I do know one thing that I'm going to address and talk about is women being the Proverbs 31 woman, and our desire for mighty men of valor, right? At some point, I would like to, and I'm sure I will, get together with someone who I consider to be a mighty man of valor, and have a chat, because I think it's important to have the man's perspective, just like I think for men, it's important for them to have the woman's perspective, mighty men of valor, mighty men of God who are not married, who are wanting that Proverbs 31 woman. So, at some point I'll do that, and, really challenge each of us to look within ourselves and see what we bring to the table. And that's in any relationship, whether you don't have a relationship right now, or whether you're married, whether you've been married 15, 20 years and you just feel like the spark is gone, sometimes we have to get back to the basics and go back to what attracted us in the beginning, and find those things again. Because life be lifing, and you can forget those things. But if you're married, it's important to go back and find those things again, and because life is always going to happen, it's always going to happen. And so it's easy to find excuses to not like things about a person. But I think if we all evaluate our own selves, we can all agree that there are things that we probably could do better at. And so we need to have grace for each other. And whether you're married or single or whatever, just walking through everyday life, we need to have grace for each other, and understand that people are living life, and it's happening for everybody. It's happening to everybody, So anyway, at some point I'll share my testimony of being married and getting divorced. And coming through that, I'll share my testimony of losing my son, and how God carried me through that. And he still carries me through that. But I'm at a place where, knowing he's in heaven, I can say it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. So anyway, I can get into, off on a whole bunch of different things, and I don't want to do that. But I'm going to close it out, and I do appreciate everybody watching, and thank you for coming. Thank you for saying hi. And so I'll be back next week, and I will, make a notification, and I'll try to let y'all know what I'm going to be talking about ahead of time. And before I go, I want to see, Pancakes, are you still here? Love you too, Monica. Pancakes, are you still in here? Pam, did you want to come on? Did you want to come on? Okay, come on. Press the button. Press the little thing. Yeah, I see you're here, But did you want to come on and join the live? Is that what you wanted to do? Oh, okay. Because it sent me a notification Pam wants to come on live or something. So thank you, Davlin. Yeah. So you don't know how. Okay. Yeah, it sent me a thing that said you wanted to come and go live with me, which if you wanted to, you're perfectly welcome to do that. And then we can see each other. I don't know if everybody could. I don't know how to tell you to do it because I don't know how either. So, anyway, y'all, I just, thank you guys for being here, our gals. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for spending some time. Love you too, Debbie. Hi. So if you want to share it, feel free to share it. In the comments, I am going to, okay, Pam, pancakes. In the comments, I am going to put my YouTube channel. So if you want to, you can go to my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. It's a new one. I don't have my old one anymore. I had to make a new one. Love you too, Carol. I had to make a new one, so I don't even know if I got any subscribers on it or anything. I just watch YouTube videos. I don't post any, but I'm gonna be now. So, love you too, Denise. So, so anyway, this video will be on YouTube, but if you want to, you feel welcome to share the video, and I'll link my YouTube, and you can go and say, hey, Melissa, and you can go to YouTube and subscribe there if you want to as well. And maybe sometimes I can go live there, but I think you got to have like a bunch of subscribers for that, and I'm not there yet. So anyway, I just pray blessings over everybody. God just bless everybody here and what they're doing. Bless their homes, bless their children, protect them, and watch over all of us and our families and our friends, and just heal all the broken hearts, people who are dealing with life. Just comfort them and be with them. And we ask that of you, Jesus. In Jesus' name. Bye, y'all. See ya.